O'Hare Airport's check-in hall seethes, screens dead. Passengers shouting, the air thick with panic. Talia Brooks, 29, a black janitor in a frayed uniform, slips into a locked control booth. The keyboard is greasy under her palms, but her fingers fly, coaxing life back into a frozen terminal. Across the hall, an Italian VIP, briefcase slipping, exhales relief as his flight revives. Grazia, he mutters, sprinting off. Talia's pulse hammers. She's no coder, just a YouTube apprentice, grinding through sleepless nights. A voice barks behind her. Brooks, you lost your damn mind, Victor Klein. Her manager bursts in, thunder etched across his face. Janitors don't play tech. You touch that system again, you're out. His sneer slices deep, the same one he wore when he trashed her luggage tracking app idea. Talia's fists clench at her sides, but she says nothing, retreating one slow step. Above, a security camera's red light blinks, recording everything, feeding it straight to someone higher. The chaos rages on, but inside Talia, something shifts. This glitch isn't her downfall, it's her ignition. Talia wipes sweat from her brow, the Italian VIP's grazie still echoing in her ears like a stubborn melody. She's back pushing a mop, but her mind refuses to quiet. Victor's words sting the same voice that mocked her luggage tracking app as janitor dreams. She thinks of her brother, the hospital bills, the endless nights and the weight that chains her here. Her phone buzzes. Jay, her coworker, leans in, voice low. You crush that hack, but Victor's boiling. Talia's stomach twists. One wrong move and she loses it all. Yet her palms itch, craving the familiar keys. Her YouTube nights whispering she's more than this uniform. Victor storms past, barking at another worker, his gaze cutting sideways toward her. She keeps her head bowed, mop gliding slow, but inside her, defiance simmers low. Hot, dangerous, unseen. A camera feed beams her hack up the chain landing on Lydia Hayes' desk, CEO of the airline dominating O'Hare's busiest routes. The crowd thins, footsteps echoing off polished floors. But Talia's pulse stays high. This isn't over. Not by a long shot. Stacking trash bins by gate 22. Talia feels Victor's "you're out" still echoing a bruise she can't rub out. Nights spent hunched over secondhand laptops, coding between mop shifts, all for her brother's hospital bills, and it means nothing here. Jay slips by, glancing over his shoulder. Your hack saved a VIP. Words spreading. Her breath snags. She never wanted fame, only a way out. Across the polished floor, Victor's laughing too hard with a suit no doubt pocketing her success. Rage bubbles up. She tugs her cap tighter, swearing under her breath no more being invisible. High above, a security feed pings on an exec's phone, one hop from CEO Lydia Hayes' desk. Victor's laying traps, whispering poison, but Talia has no idea she's already set the match. The gate hums with the low murmur of travelers, but inside Talia, a different hum, steady, fierce. She's no janitor today, and this chaos, it's her stage. A conveyor belt screeches in O'Hare's baggage claim, the sound grinding against Talia Brooks's nerves. At 29, black, and a janitor, she fights the rattling machine into silence. Victor Klein's warning still raw in her mind. Her real battlefield isn't here. It's in code. Nights spent teaching herself from flickering YouTube screens to cover her brother's hospital bills. But Victor crushed every idea she dared breathe, mocking her luggage tracking app as janitor garbage. Now, the check-in system shudders, screens flickering, passengers grumbling in endless lines. Victor barrels through, sneering. Brooks, don't touch tech. His glare hunts her, daring her to fail. Talia's fingers itch. She knows she could kill this glitch blindfolded. Her brother's quiet resilience, fighting sickness with a crooked smile, straightens her spine. She won't fold. Jay sidles up, voice a hush. Your hack's buzzing in IT, Talia. Her pulse kicks. She didn't ask for attention, only a shot at survival. Victor circles, plotting her downfall, but high above, unseen. Lydia Hayes, CEO of the airline, watches Talia's hack video again, curiosity sharpening. The baggage claim clatters, luggage thudding on steel. Talia tightens her grip on the mop handle. She's not just fighting for a paycheck, she's clawing for a future. Coffee filters tremble in Talia's hands as she restocks a gate lounge. Victor's sneer still raw, a fresh cut across her pride. Her coding, painstakingly carved from midnight sessions to pay her brother's medical bills, is nothing but trash to him. Across the terminal, the check-in system collapses, screens dead. Passengers boiling into chaos. Victor lunges, grabbing her arm, shoving her toward a dim server closet. Fix it, Brooks, or you're done. His voice oozes venom, a trap, daring her to fail publicly. Her stomach knots, the setup's clear, but she dives in, hands steady despite the bile rising in her throat. Her fingers blaze across the console, bypassing the firewall. Screens flicker, pulse, then snap to life, a roar of cheers erupting behind the glass walls. Victor slinks in, slick as oil, plastering a grin. Team effort, he lies, soaking in credit that isn't his. His glance slices toward Talia, daring her to speak. Jay's message vibrates on her phone. "It's losing it over you." Unseen. Hayes pulls up the security feed, her gaze sharpening like a knife. Talia grips a coffee filter, knuckles whitening. She's not just fuming, she's loading the matchstick. The lounge hums, but Talia hums louder, a low, rising storm. A low hum from a battered monitor fills the staff kiosk as Talia calibrates it. The sting of Victor's theft still fresh. O'Hare's screens hold steady for now, but the air hums with tension, thick, waiting. Her brother's hospital bed flashes in her mind, his quiet, stubborn hope fueling every hour she spent grinding through lines of code under flickering lights. Jay darts past, barely slowing. Victor's feeding security lies about you. Her stomach drops. A setup Dogwanamusurum. He's framing her to take the fall. Calmly, she pulls out her phone, hands steady, hacking into the system logs with a few precise keystrokes. The proof scrolls down the screen. She saved O'Hare, not him. She sends the logs anonymously to IT, her pulse hammering as she slips the phone back. Across the kiosk, Victor's all grins and handshakes, clueless about the counterstrike already in motion. Above them, Hayes' phone pings an alert, new logs. Flagged hero. The kiosk buzzes, but Talia is stone still. She's not just surviving anymore, she's rewriting the game. Sparks jump as Talia wrestles with a light panel deep in O'Hare's cargo hold. Victor's lies gnawing like rust under her skin. He's branded her a threat, a janitor who knows too much. Across the concourse, the check-in key flickers, passengers grumbling as screens dim. Victor materializes, voice low and sharp. "Stay out of IT. Brooks or security drags you out." His threat lands heavy, meant to smash her will flat. Talia meets his glare head-on, eyes hard. She won't kneel, not for him, not for anyone. In a dim maintenance nook, she hacks the system logs, nimble fingers tracing the crash to a crippled server. A few keystrokes, and the screens glow back to life, but she says nothing. Lets the silence shield her. Jay barrels in, breathless. Victor's bad-mouthing you to everyone. Her gut knots. He's relentless, a weed that won't die. But unseen, Hayes' phone pings Talia's quiet patch, lighting up IT's radar. The cargo hold clanks and rumbles around her. But inside, Talia's defiance grows, steady and unstoppable. She's carving her name into the cracks of Victor's lies, one keystroke at a time. The gate's PA system crackles under Talia's hands as she tests it, her blood hammering in her veins. Victor's lies wrap around her like smoke, framing her, stealing every ounce of credit. Her brother's smile, faint, defiant, burns behind her eyes, keeping her anchored. Across the terminal, screens jitter and glitch, a crash brewing, passengers shouting in growing waves. Victor storms in, shoving her roughly toward a server panel. "Don't touch it, Brooks," he snaps. "Watch it fail." He's betting on her folding, crumbling under the pressure. Talia's fingers move without hesitation, hacking the firewall, her code a lifeline threading through chaos. The system roars back to life, cheers ripple down the concourse. But Victor's already there, smiling to the suits. "My team's got this." He lies, voice oozing smugness. Jay's text vibrates in her pocket. "IT knows it's you." Across the terminal, Hayes leans over her desk, Talia's file open, her gaze sharpening. Talia steels herself, thinking of her brother, his fight, his fire. She won't flinch now. The gate thrums underfoot as passengers surge. Talia grips the server panel, jaw set. She's not torching Victor's game. She's about to burn it to the ground. Swapping out a faulty scanner at the VIP counter, Talia catches Victor's smirk slicing through the crowd. He's hijacked her work again, erasing her like she's invisible. O'Hare's screens hum steady, but tension coils in the air. Another crash is coming. Her brother's laugh, thin, but defiant, echoes in her mind, fueling her late-night code marathons. Jay slides past, eyes darting. Victor's feeding security lies about you, he mutters. Her stomach knots. He's gunning to wipe her out. Behind the counter, half shielded from view, she pulls out her phone, thumbs flying as she hacks into O'Hare's internal chat logs. There it is, Victor's dirty trail, text messages framing her. With a few taps, she sends the evidence to IT. No signature, no trace. Across the lounge, Victor schmoozes a suit, laughing too loud, oblivious to the storm brewing at his feet. High above, Hayes' inbox pings fresh logs flagged hero, not threat. The counter gleams under fluorescent lights. Talia straightens up, shoulders squared. She's not just surviving, she's flipping the whole damn script. Jay yanks Talia into a shadowed hallway at O'Hare, the airport's roar dimming to a pulse in the distance. He thrusts his phone into her hand, a blurry video of her hack, already viral inside IT circles. You're a star now, but trouble's coming, he mutters. Talia's throat tightens. She never asked for the spotlight. Victor's lies painting her as reckless. Unstable could crush her if they stick. Her brother's hospital bills loom large, a mountain she can't climb fast enough. But defiance surges up thick, hot, immovable. She's not built to quit. Her phone buzzes. An email from Lydia Hayes, airline CEO. Meeting request. Her knees threaten to buckle. Hayes is a legend, the kind who doesn't meet janitors. Victor's shadow darkens the thought he'll gut this chance if he smells weakness. Talia squares her jaw. Let him try. Across the airport, unseen, Hayes replays the hack footage, gears turning fast. The hallway hums around Talia. She's not just a cleaner anymore. This meeting, it's her battlefield. Sneakers squeak against polished floors as Talia steps into O'Hare's executive wing and into Victor's blockade. You're a glitch, Brooks, he hisses. Don't tank me. Her fists tighten at her sides, knuckles white. She's finished playing by his rules. Inside, Lydia Hayes, sharp in a tailored suit, tosses a tablet onto the table. Fix it, Talia. Her pulse spikes. This is it, her shot, her stage. She drops into the chair, fingers flying over the tablet, hacking through layers of corrupted code. A virus surfaces hidden deep. Talia patches it, the screen flaring clean. Hayes nods, slow and deliberate. Victor interjects, voice oily. My oversight's key to this. Talia clamps her jaw shut, rage flickering behind her eyes. Let him lie. Hayes doesn't even glance his way. She's locked onto Talia. Then her phone buzzes. An email, back off or you're done. No simmer, no signature. Inana's Megan. But Talia knows it's Rex, Victor's backup plan. Her gut knots, but she straightens in her seat, thinking of her brother's quiet fight. The room hums with tension. Talia doesn't blink. She's not folding. Not today. Stepping out of the meeting, Talia's head spins, but Hayes' approving nod clings to her like a lifeline. Victor's sneer. Your nothing lingers, sharp as a paper cut, but she clamps it down. In the shadowed corner of a VIP lounge, she checks her phone, a new coded email from Rex, a thinly veiled threat meant to scare her off. Her brother's grit stiffens her spine. She pulls out her laptop, fingers flying as she traces the sender's IP. It points straight to an O'Hare server. Her heart knocks against her ribs. Victor's in deeper than she thought. Hayes' words ring in her head. Fix it. Talia isn't a janitor here, she's a force. She crafts a coded tip about the virus, sending it anonymously to Hayes. Her hands tremble, but her aim is steady. Across the lounge, Victor is all smiles and handshakes, blind to the silent strike heading his way. Jay's text buzzes in her pocket. Hayes is digging on you. Defiance flares. She's not just surviving, she's outplaying Victor at his own game. Unseen, Hayes opens the tip, her gaze narrowing with intent. The lounge hums around Talia, but inside she's sharper, harder, carving a new path with no plans to look back. Adjusting a flickering screen in the gate office, Talia moves with purpose, Hayes' challenge burning bright in her mind. Victor's frame job, Rex's threats, they tighten around her like a vice, but her brother's stubborn fight keeps her grounded. A ping from IT flashes across her phone, her anonymous tip credited as a game changer. Her chest swells. Finally, she's seen. A summons follows. Hayes wants her back in the conference room. As she steps inside, Victor's already there, lips curled in a sneer. "You're finished, Brooks," he hisses under his breath. Talia holds his gaze, unwavering, iron in her spine. Hayes wastes no time. "Talia, lead it on this virus," she says, voice crisp. For a second, Talia's breath catches. "Lead, Sardine, son." Victor sputters. "She's a janitor." Hayes doesn't even blink. She's the right one. Another email slams into Talia's inbox. "You're dead in this game." Rex again. The hacker isn't backing down. Her pulse spikes, but her will hardens. She thinks of her brother's crooked smile, the battles he fights without complaint. The office buzzes around her, but Talia drowns it out. She's not here to survive. She's here to take the whole board. Rebooting a sluggish terminal in O'Hare's IT hub, Talia moves with new weight on her shoulders. Hayes' trust crackles around her like static. She's not a janitor anymore. She's leading the charge. Victor's venom, "You're finished," still rings in her ears, but her brother's quiet endurance anchors her steps. Her fingers move fast, cracking open the server's layers until the virus reveals itself, a backdoor hidden deep. She patches the hole, lines of code knitting the breach shut. Terminals hum back to life, and scattered staff cheer. Victor storms in, voice sharp. "This is my system," he snaps, trying to snatch the credit. From her spot by the wall, Hayes watches, silent, then shakes her head once. Slow. Talia clamps down the flare of rage. She's done being erased. Her phone buzzes. Another email. "You're playing with fire. Rex to Mayor." Her gut knots, but she straightens up, thinking of her brother's fight steady, relentless. Hayes steps closer. "Keep going, Talia." Around her, the IT hub buzzes and thrums. Talia breathes deep. She's not just fixing systems, she's rewriting the entire game. Calibrating a firewall deep in the control room, Talia feels her heart hammer against her ribs. Hayes' trust wrapped tight around her like armor. Victor's lies painting her as a glitch's still sting. But the systems across O'Hare stabilize under her patches. She dives deeper, slicing through system logs until a connection blinks back at her, the virus linked straight to an O'Hare IP. Her breath catches. Victor's fingerprints are all over it. The door swings open. Hayes steps in, tablet tucked under one arm. "Show me." Talia turns the screen, voice calm but cutting, exposing the back door, the proof Victor thought he buried. "Right on cue," Victor bursts in, voice brittle. "She's sabotaging us." Hayes doesn't even flinch. Her eyes never leave Talia. Another email slams into Talia's inbox. "Stop now, or you're done." Rex again, relentless. Her pulse spikes, but her spine stiffens. Her brother's hope, quiet but fierce, steals her. Hayes nods once. "Talia, you're my lead." The room hums with the undercurrent of a shift. Talia stands taller. She's not just surviving Victor, she's about to bury his whole game. Patching a battered server in O'Hare's data center, Talia works fast, fueled by Hayes' quiet nod of trust. Victor's betrayal, tangled deep in the virus, burns in her gut, but she keeps her hand steady, tracing the IP trail until it lands exactly where she suspected Victor. Her fingers fly, sending the compiled evidence to Hayes with no trace left behind. Victor barrels in, face twisted in a sneer. "You're a nobody," or Brooks, he spits, lunging toward the server. Talia sidesteps him, blocking his path with a look sharp enough to slice steel. Hayes steps in, tablet in hand, glowing with Talia's proof. Her voice is ice. "You're done, Victor." As Victor freezes, Talia's phone buzzes another email. You'll pay. Rex. Her heart thuds once, but she locks it down, steady as bedrock. Her brother's battle-worn courage floods her veins. She's not backing off. Hayes turns, her gaze cutting straight through the tension. Talia, consult on our security. Talia's jaw slackens for half a breath, consultant. The center hums louder, a heartbeat of its own. Talia straightens. She's not just saving O'Hare. She's staking her claim. Rewiring a console deep in O'Hare's ops room. Talia works methodically, fueled by Hayes' offer still echoing in her mind. Victor's downfall exposed. Humiliated feels like a shot of justice straight to the gut. But Rex's threat lingers, sharp and unfinished. She dives into the server logs, fingers deft, sealing the last backdoor shut. Systems purr back to life, clean and unbreakable. Her brother's faint smile stretched thin by pain, but real anchors her hand. Hayes enters, clipboard tucked under one arm. Talia, you're my security advisor. The words land heavy. Advisor. You're my name, Winnie. Victor's last insult, nobody evaporates like smoke. Another email pings, this isn't over. Rex. Still lurking. Talia's pulse kicks, but she stiffens. She'll finish this for herself, for her brother. Around her, its staff nod quietly, a recognition that wasn't there before. Unseen, Hayes taps out the first draft of Talia's contract. The ops room hums low and steady. Talia stands taller, surer. She's not just rising, she's reshaping the entire field, ready to dominate. Fingers flying over a battered keyboard in O'Hare's security hub. Talia Brooks feels Hayes' trust wrap around her like armor, her heart pounding under the weight of the new virus slithering through the VIP flight systems. Victor's betrayal tangled with Rex's sabotage burns in her veins, his old threats still echoing. You're dead. 29. Black. Once dismissed as a janitor. She leans into the skills honed by endless nights on YouTube. Diving into the server, she traces the virus, its claws sinking deep into the flight controls, screens glitching in frantic spasms. Her brother's courage, faint but stubborn, steadies her hand. Hayes bursts in, sharp and commanding. Talia, save those jets. Talia doesn't flinch. Her patch slides into place, stalling the virus, but almost immediately Rex counters, locking critical key systems in retaliation. Jay's text flashes, security's on high alert. Sweat beads on Talia's brow, but her resolve is iron. She's not just fighting a code war, she's fighting for her name, for everything she's clawed toward. Across the hub, unseen, an Italian VIP, the same one Talia saved with her first hack, watches the chaos unfold on a monitor. Recognition flickering in his eyes. The hub roars around her, but Talia's world narrows to the blinking cursor in front of her. She's not losing this fight. Rewiring a glitching control panel in O'Hare's ops center, Talia locks into the fight, Rex's mutating virus twisting and shifting beneath her fingertips. Hayes' command save the jets hammers in her ears. Victor's treachery feeding Rex's sabotage gnaws at her, but she pushes deeper. Code against code, the screens flashing urgent red warnings. Her brother's weak but unwavering smile flashes in her mind, the reminder she needs to grit her teeth and refuse to break. The virus shifts again, targeting a VIP flight, the same Italian executive she saved before raising the stakes to life and death. O'Hare's name hanging in the balance. Talia reroutes the server, her patch sliding in, stabilizing the system, but Rex lashes back, crashing a nearby key. Hayes steps in, grips Talia's shoulder, voice firm. You've got this, Talia. Rage flares sharp and bright. She's not a janitor now, she's the firewall between order and collapse. She isolates the virus in a tight corner, terminals flickering back to steady life. And the control room erupts with a low wave of cheers. Victor's old sneer, nobody fades to nothing. Her phone buzzes, another email, you can't win. Rex still relentless. Across the center, unseen, the Italian exec pulls up footage of Talia's first hack, his eyes wide. The room pulses with energy, but inside Talia there's only one beat: finish this. Monitoring a firewall deep in O'Hare's data vault, Talia's nerves buzz sharp under her skin. Rex's virus still lurks, hunting. Hayes's trust steadies her hands, but the jagged cut of Victor's betrayal still burns underneath. She digs through server logs, each keystroke peeling back layers until the truth snaps into focus. Rex is linked to a rival airline, paid under the table by Victor to wreck O'Hare from within. Her breath stalls. This isn't sabotage. This is war. She packages the evidence fast, sending it to Hayes without a trace. Her hands tremble, but her focus stays razor sharp. A voice cuts through the low hum. You saved my flight, Talia. She looks up, startled. Giovanni Rossi, the Italian tech mogul she unknowingly saved weeks ago, stands before her, recognition in his eyes. Join my global cyber team, he offers without hesitation. Her jaw slackens global. Another email flashes across her screen. Game over. Rex desperate now. Hayes catches her eye from across the vault and nods once. Finish this, Talia. She thinks of her brother, the quiet battles he fights every day, and squares her shoulders. Unseen, Rossi taps a message to his board, Talia's name already on their lips. The vault hums louder. Talia's not just fixing broken systems anymore. She's flipping the entire game. Patching a server deep in O'Hare's command room, Talia feels the weight of Rossi's offer hanging over her global lead. But there's no time to dream. Rex's virus fights viciously, twisting the system into chaos. VIP flights teetering on the brink. Victor's shadow still lingers, his secret deal with Rex poisoning everything. Talia digs deeper, hacking into the virus's core, her code sharp and merciless. Rex lashes back, locking critical systems with surgical precision. Her brother's fight, carved deep into her bones, holds her steady. Hayes leans in, voice tight. Talia, end this. Talia reroutes the power grid, forcing the virus into a dead-end trap. Monitors flicker, then stabilize. A wave of cheers ripples through the room. Another email pings. You'll pay. Rex cornered and desperate. Talia fires back, sending Hayes the full record of Victor's deal with Rex, a digital bullet loaded with proof. Somewhere in the terminal, unseen, Victor panics and flees. Rossi watches from across the room, nodding. You're my lead, Talia. She thinks of her brother's stubborn hope and clenches her fists. She's not just saving O'Hare. She's dismantling Victor's entire world. Securing a console in O'Hare's IT core, Talia digs into her final stand, fingers moving with surgical precision. Hayes' trust and Rossi's global offer coil around her like armor. Victor is gone, fleeing into shadows, but Rex's virus thrashes harder, targeting a VIP jet, high stakes, zero margin for error. Talia dives deeper, her code clashing with Rex's, a battle of speed and nerves. Red alerts splashing across the monitors. Her brother's faint but stubborn courage hums in her blood, anchoring her. With a final push, she traps the virus in a sealed node. Systems stabilize. Jets are safe. Hayes breaks into a grin. You did it, Talia. But the fight isn't done. A new email lands. I'm not done. Rex, bitter to the end. Talia's pulse spikes, but she locks it down. Across the airport, security clamps cuffs on Victor, dragging him away as plot with Rex exposed for all to see. Rossi steps forward, smiling. Talia, my global team needs you. Her chest tightens, a beat of disbelief. Global lead, Winter Mercier. She thinks of her brother's quiet resilience and swears she won't stop here. Unseen, Hayes drafts her new contract. The IT core hums around her, but Talia stands still, grounded. She's not just winning, she's rewriting the entire future. Rebooting a network hub high in O'Hare's control tower, Talia rides the surge of momentum from Rossi's offer. Rex's virus lies dead. Victor's schemes smashed to pieces, but the final echo of "You'll pay" still lingers like smoke in the back of her mind. She hacks into the last batch of server logs, sealing Rex's link to the rival airline, and shoots the evidence off to Hayes in a clean, trace-free burst. Her brother's smile, weak but fighting, flickers in her mind, fueling every move. Around her, systems stabilize, flights return to safe trajectories, and a wave of muted cheers ripples through the staff. Hayes steps forward, grips Talia's hand. You're my star, Talia. Rossi stands nearby, adding with a smile. Join my cyber team. Worldwide. Talia's chest tightens worldwide. Across the terminal, Victor is hauled away in cuffs, his lies shredded and worthless. Rex's email trail goes cold. He's running now. Talia locks the moment in her mind, swearing not to stop here, her brother's hope sharpening into her sword. Unseen, Hayes and Rossi begin drafting the next chapter with Talia at the center. The tower hums with quiet power. Talia stands taller. She's not a janitor anymore. She's a legend in the making, ready to take the game apart and rebuild it her way. Calibrating a security console in O'Hare's central terminal, Talia Brooks moves with quiet certainty. At 29, once dismissed as a black janitor, now a cyber savior, she carries her YouTube-forged skills like a badge. Hayes' trust and Rossi's global offer burns steady at her back. But Rex's last threat, "you'll pay," still smokes in the corners of her mind. She scans the servers, sealing every last vulnerability until O'Hare's systems hum, smooth and untouchable. Her brother's frail courage, anchored in a hospital bed miles away, steadies her resolve. Hayes strides over, voice sharp. "Talia, you're my security consultant." The words hit hard. Consultant, not a janitor. Not anymore. Victor's deal with Rex, unearthed by her logs, has him locked away. His lies collapsed under their own weight. Talia hacks a trace across international lines, pinpointing Rex's escape route to Europe, unfinished business. Jay passes by, flashing a grin. "You're untouchable now." Unseen, Rossi fires off a message to his board. Talia's name at the top. The terminal thrums low, a heartbeat waiting to launch. Talia stands still at its center. She's not just saving O'Hare. She's forging an empire. Upgrading a firewall on O'Hare's operations deck, Talia works with laser focus. Hayes' freshly signed contract tucked securely in her pocket. Victor's downfall is done, prosecuted, finished, but Rex's shadow still looms, gnawing at the edges. Her brother's frail but stubborn smile fuels her grit. She taps into O'Hare's security feeds, cross-referencing manifests until a name pops: Rex's alias. Already halfway across Europe, her pulse spikes. She'll track him down later. For now, she locks into her new role as consultant, revamping O'Hare's cyber defenses one layer at a time. Around her, staff nod, respect hard-earned and unmistakable. Hayes lingers nearby, watching with something close to pride. "Talia, you've changed O'Hare." Above it all, Rossi's offer looms: global cyber lead. Her brother's hope pushes her toward it like a tide. She patches a fresh thread effortlessly, the system snapping ironclad under her touch. Jay's text pings, "Crew calls you, boss." Unseen, Hayes pitches Talia's rise to airline execs, the word game changer hanging heavy. The operations deck hums beneath her boots. Talia doesn't flinch. She's not a janitor anymore. She's a force, reshaping the future one keystroke at a time. Testing a network hub in O'Hare's cyber lab, Talia moves like a current, alive with momentum. Rossi's global role hums in the back of her mind, not just a job, a revolution. Rex's shadow fades, Victor's behind bars, but her brother's long fight stays carved deep in her. She hacks into a German airline system, Rossi's invitation, and seals the deal with clean, airtight code. Around her, O'Hare's staff, once dismissive, now lean in, seeking her input. Her patch is now the gold standard. Hayes claps her shoulder, firm. "Talia, you're our cornerstone." Talia lets the pride swell for half a second. She's earned every inch of this. In the quiet between keystrokes, she traces Rex's last known IP. Dark, underground. She files it away for later. Across the lab, Rossi's voice cuts in. "Talia, my team's waiting." She grins, pulse steady. "Ready?" Unseen, Jay pitches her strategies to the IT leads, inspired by the hustle she ignited. The cyber lab hums low and hot. Talia isn't just leading anymore. She's crafting a legacy designed to outlive her. Rewiring a server rack in O'Hare's executive tower, Talia moves like she belongs because now she does. The title of security advisor isn't just a badge, it's proof. Victor's collapse, Rex's retreat ghost she no longer has to chase. Her brother's faint, stubborn hope lights her path. She hacks into O'Hare's last weak points, stitching the systems airtight, unbreachable. Staff nod, clapping her on the back not as a janitor, but as a leader. Hayes appears, crisp contract in hand. Talia, you're permanent. For a second, she freezes. Permanent. Affronde. Rossi's offer still hangs in the air, global reach. A cyber empire, but O'Hare feels like home. A new hack attempt pings the network. Talia intercepts and crushes it in minutes, drawing quiet cheers. Jay passes by, grinning. You've changed us, Talia. Her brother's quiet laugh flickers in her mind, a promise to dream even bigger. Unseen, Hayes and Rossi sketch out plans for a joint cyber venture, Talia's name at the top. The tower hums steady under her boots. Talia isn't just holding her ground anymore. She's rewriting the entire skyline. Rewiring a network switch deep in O'Hare's IT vault, Talia Brooks moves with a quiet authority that's impossible to ignore. At 29, once a black janitor lost in the noise, now a cyber warrior rewriting the skyline. Skylock Cyber. Her startup is more than an idea now. It's real, built to shield airports with the code she once wrote in the dark. Her brother's faint but steady courage glows in the back of her mind, pushing her forward. She trains O'Hare's staff herself, turning former skeptics into defenders, their voices carrying her name like a banner. Hayes claps her firmly on the back. Talia, you've remade us. Rossi's global role still calls a tempting beacon, but Skylock is her fire. Jay sidles up, pitching a cyber alert app, a spark born from the hustle she started. Unseen, Skylock's pitch deck hits airline boards, stirring a buzz she hasn't even begun to chase. The vault hums, quiet and alive. Talia isn't just winning battles anymore. She's forging a legacy tough enough to guard the world's skies. Calibrating a console in O'Hare's ops hub, Talia watches Skylock Cyber stretch its wings, locking down airports across America one firewall at a time. Her brother's weak smile, a beacon from his hospital bed, stays with her, keeping her grounded even as her name rises. She mentors Jay, watching with quiet pride as his cyber alert app, a product of the hustle she lit, comes to life, flagging threats faster than anything O'Hare's seen. Staff, once skeptical, now rally behind her, their systems fortified to the teeth. Hayes approaches, handing her an award with a rare smile. Talia, you're our spark. Talia accepts it with a steady hand. She's no janitor anymore. Across the terminal, Rossi calls. Talia, my global team's yours. She grins but shakes her head. Skylock is her soul, her legacy. Another hack attempt flickers and dies under her fingers. Her code a fortress. Unseen, Forbes drafts a feature on Skylock's meteoric rise, the ink barely dry. Jay's app goes live. Tested and trusted inside O'Hare, a victory born of her stubborn fight. The Ops Hub hums, low and powerful. Talia isn't just changing O'Hare. She's rewriting what airport security even means. Patching a server deep inside O'Hare's cyber den, Talia watches Skylock Cyber stretch its reach, her code now a shield thrown wide across global skies. Her brother's faint but unbreakable hope fuels every line she writes. She coaches the staff personally, shaping doubters into defenders, their respect hammered out one breakthrough at a time. Jay's app, born from her first spark, thwarts its first major threat, drawing a wave of cheers across the lab. Hayes steps forward, voice steady. Talia, you've made us invincible. Talia's heart drums against her ribs. O'Hare isn't just her workplace now. It's home. Rossi's offer still lingers a global lead role, but Skylock is her empire, and she's not about to trade it away. She dives into a French airline system, patches their flaws, and seals the deal. Skylock's momentum turns tidal. Unseen, reports name Skylock the top cyber firm in the country, headlines already brewing. Talia logs off, quiet but unrelenting, vowing to hunt Rex wherever he hides her brother's fight, guiding her forward. The cyber den hums around her, low and powerful. Talia's not just leading anymore, she's igniting a revolution, one line of code at a time. Rebooting a router in O'Hare's executive lounge, Talia moves with the easy authority of someone who's built something unshakable. Skylock Cyber now dominates the field, her legacy carved not in steel, but in code. Her brother's soft laugh, frail but unbroken, echoes inside her, the quiet soundtrack to every victory. She drills O'Hare's team harder, faster, their confidence soaring as their systems become untouchable. Jay's app, once a spark, catches fire, launching nationally, O'Hare standing tall as the model. Hayes clasps her hand, words tight. Talia, you're our future. The weight of it presses against her chest future. Across the ocean, Rossi's offer still waits global reach. Endless resources, but Skylock is her kingdom. Forbes drops a feature that afternoon, crowning her cyber queen Janitor to Titan. Unseen, Jay pitches a Skylock spin-off to investors. The fire Talia started spreading further than she ever imagined. A new hack ripples against their firewall. Talia crushes it without blinking. Her code isn't just tough, it's a juggernaut. The lounge glows under soft lights, but it's Talia who lights the room. She's not just reshaping O'Hare, she's reshaping the world. Her legacy stitched like constellations across the digital sky. Finalizing a cyber protocol in O'Hare's command center, Talia Brooks feels Skylock Cyber's wings stretch wider, shielding airports across the globe. At 29, once just a black janitor with a cracked laptop and YouTube tutorials, she rewrote her fate and crushed Victor and Rex along the way. A new branch of Skylock opens in New York, her brother's frail courage still burning steady as her North Star. Hayes clasps her hand, eyes fierce. Talia, you're O'Hare's soul. Rossi's global offer is still out there, glinting like a distant prize. But Skylock is her empire, and she's not ready to walk away. She trains Jay personally. His app now guards O'Hare's skies, a spark carried from the fire she lit years ago. Unseen, Skylock's Forbes feature goes viral overnight, the world crowning her cyber royalty. Another hack attempt flickers and dies under her touch. Her code isn't just defense, it's a juggernaut now. The command center hums around her, low and endless. Talia isn't just a titan anymore, she's a beacon. Her legacy a shield arcing across the skies. Launching a training session in O'Hare's Cyber Lounge, Talia watches Skylock Cyber bend the future of global aviation security into something tougher, smarter. Her brother's faint laugh etched deep in her bones fuels every command, every lesson. She mentors O'Hare's team herself, turning former skeptics into champions. Their skills sharp, their loyalty earned. Jay's app, born from her hustle, launches globally, turning O'Hare into a fortress others try and fail to match. Hayes beams as she passes. Talia, you've built our future. A ping and email from Rossi. Talia, New York's ready. She smiles. Skylock will always be her home, the global role her horizon. A rogue hack ripples toward their defenses. Talia intercepts it mid-strike, her code unyielding, merciless. Unseen, Skylock is named Top U. Sir. Startup, headlines roaring louder than ever. Jay pitches a Skylock spin-off quietly, her legacy already spreading further than she can track. The Cyber Lounge hums with a sharp, focused energy. Talia isn't just changing O'Hare anymore. She's igniting a revolution that will redraw the map of airport security. Securing a server in O'Hare's executive hub, Talia moves like gravity steady, unshakable. Skylock Cyber isn't just dominant now, it's the blueprint. Her brother's hope, faint but burning fierce, lights her every step. She trains teams beyond O'Hare, her model spreading worldwide, staff evolving from students into defenders. Jay's app saves its first flight, his grin flashing pure pride, a mirror of the fight she passed on. Hayes catches her between sessions, voice low. Talia, you're our legend. Talia breathes it in. She's home. Across the ocean, Rossi's global offer still waits, shining, but Skylock is hers untouchable. She hacks into a UK airline system, patching it airtight, sealing another deal. Skylock's momentum doesn't slow, it accelerates. Unseen, her Forbes cover drops Janitor to Cyber Queen, sparking millions to believe bigger. A new threat surfaces, but she crushes it, her code an unbreakable fortress. The executive hub hums, charged and electric. Talia isn't just leading anymore. She's sparking a new era, her legacy charted across the digital sky. Rebooting a network in O'Hare's Sky Tower, Talia stands at the center of it all, Skylock Cyber stretching far and wide. an empire built line by line. Her brother's smile faint but real flickers in her mind, a quiet push to climb higher. O'Hare's team, shaped by her hand, stands guard over the skies, their systems bulletproof, their trust unshakable. Jay's app surges to global success, another branch of her fire-taking route. Hayes grips her hand firmly. Talia, you're eternal. The word hits her chest like a drum, eternal. Across the world, Rossi's New York team calls again, but Skylock holds her steady, her anchor. Forbes dubs her a visionary. Her story splashed across headlines, viral and unstoppable. A final hack attempts to breach the defenses. Talia crushes it clean, her code a Titan shield. Unseen, Jay's Skylock spinoff launches. The legacy she lit roaring to life. Talia's not a janitor anymore. She's a legend, her legacy hammered in steel and code, written across the skies. The tower hums low and endless beneath her boots. Join Unveiled Wealth to fuel your spark. Subscribe, share, ignite your story. The sky's yours. Seize it now.